Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Omar from the Bullish Bears team. Wanted to make a video building my watch list for tomorrow, April 5th, 2017. I just posted my video talking about my swing trade strategy. Hope you like it. For this video, we're going to focus on building a watch list. Today, there was some movers. I took one trade today. I actually posted it to the group. Popped up on my scanner, my nightly big move scanner that I always use. Let me put my two candle gaps. Oh no, not that one here. Let me just put it up, two candle gap scan just in case. All right, so so the big mover that I found today, and a couple of people in the actual group actually traded this as well, which was the big winner, which was BNTC. Now, I wasn't gonna trade because I thought I had to teach, and I don't know. And then I got then I got to my desk, and I literally caught this like right before the first pullback. So I'm in right now, and I'm looking at the 1 minute and 5 minute chart. And if you zoom in, well, let me just zoom out for a second. This move started pre-market. All right, so this thing started running at $2.98. And it kind of gapped up, it pulled back, it halved up, and it formed this little bull flag, pulled back, bull flag, then it gapped up one more time, pulled back to the 90 MA, and then kind of washed. So this thing was ripping. What happened sometimes though, when a stock rips like this, um, um, you gotta be careful when the market opens, because you don't know. Because look what happened, it kind of consolidates and pulls back, and you don't know if it's gonna run. But this is what happened. This is what I liked about it. So the market opens, and this thing gaps up on the 1 minute. It gaps up here. Now, what you're gonna learn is, I just learned this too, that this is called a golden cross VWAP. So when it goes above, when VWAP, when a stock goes above all three indicators, they call that a golden cross move on the day trade. If you watch my swing trade video, it'll make sense to you. But I didn't know that. I found this out recently. So it starts gapping up, right? So you can see it consolidates, forms like this flat top breakout right here. This is considered right here at this point high of day. All right, and the stock kind of goes sideways, goes back, and then it pops. It pops up and it forms this bull flag right here, right? And it kind of pulls back. So it goes from 373 all the way up to 420 in 2 minutes, which is insane. And then it kind of like pulls back, but it kind of consolidates sideways. So when you get this flat top breakout, generally what's going to happen is you're going to continue to get another move. What is going on with this thing? This thing is not doing what I wanted to do. Wait up. Let me remove all drawings. It's acting kind of weird. Yeah, let me just, oops. Sorry about this, guys. Edit. Why is it doing that? I don't want it to do that. Resort to default. Yeah, now let's remove all drawings, and there we go. That's what I want. All right. So okay. So now what happens is, right? So here we go. Price level, and right. So it consolidates, and at this point right here, this is high day. It breaks above high day, it pulls back, right, and it does this flat top breakout. So right here, you can put a little line, all right, and you see, okay, this is the breakout, and you see it pulls back to the 9 EMA and VWAP, and then it continues to ride up. Now, you could have took a position here. Once it consolidates, you're gonna get a push, but I'll show you something even nicer. On the 5 minute, this thing was super clean. So remember how I talked about you normally get two bull flags and then a wash, right? I mean, how many times did I say? I must have said that a million times, right? Well, on the 5 minute, the entry is so much cleaner than the 1 minute. Okay, this had a lot of volume and it was moving. All right, so I noticed it because it popped. They had on the new high scanner. This was both. It popped here. It both had the light blue, which means that it's squeezing. You see the gap up, but I caught this right over here, right as it was pulling back. So I launched in the market really, literally like in this at around 9:35. I got in. I opened up. I literally saw it up here. It was up here, and I saw it pulling back. Now look at the bull flag. Look how clean the entry is. So when I saw it pull back here, And this is where I got in. I got in. I think I got executed like 4.3, 4.4, somewhere that range. And I just knew it was gonna push up. And look what happens on the 1 minute. It's riding along the 9 and 20 EMA, and it's riding well. And let's say if you would have got in somewhere here, this is where you put that trend line where you just go up, with the trend. So you're not gonna have all that space. So you just go like this. And you're like, oh, let me make the trend line bigger. Let me go edit properties. We'll make the width a 3, and we'll save as default. We'll hit OK. Okay, so now, and then what you do is you extend it to the right, and you could have just rolled this up. And some people actually rolled this up, and they had the trend line here, and they sold. But it was okay, because in 2 minutes, this thing went from $3.78 to over $4. So that's a nice profit. So don't be mad about that. But had you got in here, once you saw it, you could have gotten again if you had the trades. If you have 3-day trades for every 5 days, because you don't have 25 grand in your account, then you're gonna be restricted. But once you got in, you could have just rolled this all the way up. And I talked about this too, that the trend line gives you a good sense of where to go, and you see it pulled back here, but it's still, and it for a second it broke below the 20. I would have probably sold at this point, but if I was looking at the 1, but I wasn't. I was looking at the 5, and what happened, so what I did was when I got in, I was looking at the 5 because to me the 5 minute was so clear. So when I got in here, I put my trend line, and I just put it going this way, right above, going going at 2 o'clock like I was, and I rolled it up, and then I saw the second pullback. So it pulled back, and I said, watch, it's gonna have another gap up. And then I sold right into this candle. I got executed somewhere, I think it was like somewhere in the 530s. I got executed, and I sold here because I say this again and again. This is the typical textbook momentum play. You get the gap up, you get the pullback, you get the gap up again, you get the pullback. So you get 2 bull flags. This is the first, this is the second. Then I always say what? You get the last push, and then you get the reversal. Look what happened. It reversed, and look at this. It washed. It went from 548 all the way down to 459 before it had another push before it completely collapsed. Guys, I say it again and again and again and again. All right, momentum plays, general momentum plays. This is how they take place. Okay, this is how they take place. All right, and that's what I did. So instead of watching on the 1 minute, the 5 minute was so clean. It was so predictable because the patterns formed so cleanly that I watched it and rolled this up. All right. And I made a lot of money today. I took a sizable position on this, and I did very, very well. That was my play for today. But there was a lot of plays. This is my watch list. My watch list was pretty good. There was some big movers here. CYCC was the biggest mover. I mean, the market opened and this thing went crazy. Remember I talked about U-shaped patterns? Look at how the U-shaped pattern formed on the 1 minute. I'll put the 5 minute as well so you can see it. Look at this. Whenever you get this U-shaped pattern starting to form, you're going to get a breakout. All right? It's called a U-shaped breakout. Now, if you wanted to be very strategic, you could have waited till it broke high of day. So at this moment, this is the range, right? This is the high of day, and it's pulling back below the 9 EMA, the 9 and 20 EMA. But look what it's doing. It's forming this U-shaped pattern. So once it starts forming the U-shaped pattern, people see the pattern forming, and the TTM squeeze popping, and this is high day, and you could have got in and rode this. Now on the 5 minute chart, you could have got in once it, same thing, right? Once it breaks the U shape, once it starts forming this U shape, you could have got in. But to be technical, you could have got in once it broke high day, or once it makes a new candle, the first new candle to make a new high over the previous 5 minute candle. So you could have got in here, you could have got in here, you could have got in here. And look, it had one pullback, it had a bull flag. So if you notice, and you remember, when you get that bull flag, you're gonna get another push. So you got the gap up, you had the bull flag, you had the second push, you had another, this is theoretically a bull flag, and then you had that last push, and then the reversal. Guys, again and again, on the 5 minute, it was very, very clean. All right? On the 1 minute, it's not as clean, So let's say I would have got in, like right here at the breakout, right? I would have just I would have just put the trend line here and rode the trend. All right. Hold on 1 second, guys. Gotta take this call. Yeah, baby, making a video. What's up? Oh, okay, good. Just call me when you're in. All right. Safe flight. Safe flight. Bye. All right. So yeah. So and then you could have rolled this up on the 1 minute, and the same thing on the 5 minute. I put the trend line because I just feel like it's an easier way to know how to stay in the stock, and it saves your nerves. But the 9 and 20 EMA obviously also your indicators on the one on the five. This is the 13 EMA and it's way above it. So when I'm looking at stocks like this, I'm absolutely using a trend line. And remember, you're trying to get a piece of the move, guys. You're not trying to. There's no like trading is not about maximum profit. Trading is about getting some profit, okay? Because nobody knows what a stock is gonna do. You just trade the patterns, all right? And there was a lot of other plays on my watch list. Look at Graham popped up at the open. You could have made a trade at the open here. Made a nice move from 343 to high 370. SBGL, had a nice move. It's up, all right. It's up after hours. Okay, finished up 6%. NUGT, it was very very choppy. But if you notice, you could take that VWAP. I always talk about using the VWAP as your entry when you're trading NUGT. And look, once it broke below VWAP, you could have took this for a nice short. It was very choppy today. Gold is being manipulated, but I think it's gonna, we'll see. We'll see if it'll continue to run. It's been manipulated for a while now. All right, BBRY had a nice move up. Look at this. You could have gotten 777. This thing closed at 820. And it's on a lot of stock analysts are making this the market edge longs it. Some of these others have it sell and hold, but they had it as a buy before. We'll see. I think it's gonna pull back tomorrow, but we'll see what happens. So these were the stocks on my watch list, and you can I'm not gonna go through them all, but there was some nice moves on my watch list today. CYCC was the big move, the big winner on my watch list, up 27%. So with that said, let's build our watch list for tomorrow. So I'm gonna go here. We're gonna go to create watch list. We're gonna put tomorrow's date for 5/17. We're gonna hit save, and we're gonna go through the stocks. All right. So again, just for those you don't know, I'm gonna pull up my scan. So load personal, nightly big scan moves. Hit scan. And we got 41 plays, right? So you see, from the day to day, this changes. Some days this is 100, some days it's 90, some days it's 50. Today's 41, and these stocks are currently over here in this. So what we do is go to charts, and we start looking for stocks. So BBRY is gonna be on my watch list tomorrow. It's still holding its high. It's still up. I would look for it tomorrow for a short entry. All right. It's a stock that's holding its highs. It's a little overextended now. It's from 6 to 8. It may continue upward, but I think tomorrow this will present a nice pullback. All right. So let's go through all the watch stocks. So TGC was the first one. This thing is up from 37 cents to 85 cents. This is crazy. It's up. Has 1.29 million shares. You know what? I'm gonna put it on the watch list because it's holding its highs. It's choppy. It's not a tremendous amount of. I don't know how much this has been traded, but we'll put it on there. If you can find shares to short, I guarantee you that tomorrow this is gonna present a great pullback. So look to see what happens. Probably it's a pump for sure. CLI opened at 204. Wow, it's hit a high 361, and it's kind of consolidating. This was 142 5 days ago. This is something else. Let's see. So we'll put it on the. Let's see. It's up. It's still kind of high. It's still above VWAP. I mean, it could have a potential move again. It looks like every day in the morning it spikes. So if you look at, it looks like it spikes every single morning over the last couple of days. This today finally caught some volume. You know what? We'll put it on the watch list. Let's see. It'll probably be a good short tomorrow. All right. You know what? Yeah, 4 million shares. It's fine. Okay. Next up, OHGI. Nah, too choppy. I mean, it has volume, but I don't like it. INNL. Look at this. INNL moved after hours. Now, I think this was a stock that I just put on my swing trade strategy. I don't know. I'll look into it after the fact. But yeah, absolutely, this is gonna be on watch. It must have been like some news. Maybe what happened? Share spiked after hours on report near deal to be acquired. Oh, so they're acquiring the company. All right, and that's why it's moving. So we'll see what happens. I mean, it's had such a run now that tomorrow this is probably gonna wash out, but we'll see. TDG, oh, BNTC. Yeah, BNTC was, today's winner for me. Let's go remove all drawings. But it looked like, if you look at the stock, it looked like it had its run. It's down at 395. I mean, this stock normally trades at $2. I don't expect it to move again. So I'm not gonna put it on my watch list. I think it had its run. Ship, had a nice move. Look at this flat top breakout, and it went up to 121. That's why if you get in and stock's moving like this, you definitely wanna ride the trend. That's why the trend is good here. Because once it broke this, you could have sold before it get caught in a short. And it's gonna go on watch this? No. So let's move on. CONN. CONN is up from 854 to 1130. Wow, it's up. How many? 4.7 million shares. It's holding. I'm gonna put it on the watch list for tomorrow. We'll see if it continues. This was $8 5 days ago. I'm probably gonna give it back, but we'll see. CYCC, another stock that ripped. It went from 10. It's down to 8. Every morning though, the last couple of days it popped. Look at this. It popped here. And oh wow, look at it. Oh no, it's the next day it popped, and now it's kind of fading. It's probably gonna fade again. I'll put it on the watch list. Normally I wouldn't because it's it collapsed so much. But the only reason why I'm gonna keep it on the watch list is because this stock was $3. 5 days ago. So I don't know if because it's a low float. This is probably gonna, if you can find shares to short, man, you're gonna make a killing shorting this back down to nothing. But who knows? Maybe in the morning tomorrow, because it's a low float and short sellers are gonna try to drive the price down. Maybe buyers come in and drive the price up, and they get squeezed quickly, and you get another pop at the open. So it doesn't hurt to put it on the watch list. You know what I mean? Just to see what will happen. So we'll leave it there. All right, PRTK. Wow, this thing ripped. This thing went from $18 to $27, and it came all the way back down to 22. You know what'll probably happen tomorrow, guys? Because it washed out today and it's so overextended, I wouldn't be surprised to get a move up tomorrow. But I'm not gonna put it on my watch list, but I wouldn't be surprised. AFSI, this is a stock that's holding its highs. Wow, it's $18. It's at 22. Yeah, we'll put this on our watch list. We'll see where it's at. And if you watch my swing trade video, see where it's at. See if the 13 has crossed over the 46. Where it had the golden cross. Maybe it's a potential swing trade. All right, move on. GBR sold off. Now it had its move pre-market. Look, that's what I was talking about. How you see how this thing went from 184. Today only 275. You're like, oh wow, this thing moved. This is gonna be so volatile at the open. It's gonna go up so much. And look what happened. As soon as the market opened, this shit collapsed. Basuda, garbage. If you're shorting it, this is fantastic. But not everybody can find shares to short. Especially, it's hard to find shares to short for stocks that are under $5 unless you have like a big time broker. So I just that's what. So this is a good example of stocks having their move pre-market. All right, don't fall for the hype. RNNJ, this stock continues to move, man. This is a pump. When this crashes, it's gonna crash bad, but it's continuing to move. I'm gonna put it on the watch list, keep it on there, and let's see what continues to happen with this stock. Next up, PSGLO. No way. YGE. This has been on my watch list a couple of days, and it continues to move, man. Moved again. Hit a high of 315. This was on my watch list. It's kind of pulling back now. 1.5 million shares traded. It could give back. Let's see where it's been over the last year. I'm just curious. I forget. The stock is starting to run again. It's moving again. I expect it to give back. I don't know if I should. I guess you could put it on the watch list to see what it's going to do tomorrow. I'm not going to put it on mine. It's probably going to be a good short. Let's see what happens. DFFN had its move. Hit 473. It's kind of pulling back. I'm not going to put it on the watch list, but, you can put it on yours. EXK, yeah, it's moving nicely, man. Up 303, up to 340, 375. So we're going to put EXK, and we'll see how that goes. Next up, SPLS. Man, look at this. Look at the move this thing had at the open. Wow. In 1 minute, this thing went from 8 to all the way up to in about 20 minutes at 10 o'clock. It was at $10, and look what happened at $10. It reversed. Why? Because it's psychological resistance barrier for people. People took their profit, and then this thing just kind of collapsed all the rest of the day. Look at this. It just completely collapsed the rest of the day. Oops, sorry guys. Yeah, so it's washing out. You know, it might continue up because maybe there was some news, some good news that made it up. This was 8:30 5 days ago, and it's been slowly trending upward. And then you had this pop. I don't know what was the news. Staples explores sale after failed off. Oh, that's why. That's why it's up. So I don't know. See what happens tomorrow. I'm not gonna put it on the watch list, but you can take a look at it. PSTI. This stock was at 118 5 days ago. It's up. It's had some volume, but it's very choppy. This is like more for a swing trade, not for a day trade. I'm not gonna put it on the watch list. SWN. Now this is a nice move. Nice move up. Energy stocks have been moving. CHK, SWN. All the energy stocks are moving. So one move, they all move in unison. That's definitely going to be on the watch list. Energy continues to move up. You'll see a continuation to the upside tomorrow probably with this stock. We'll see. TTMI, another one. TTMI Technologies. Wow, this thing went from 15 to 17. It's holding its highs real nicely. Remember, look at the year. See where it's been. And look, it's about, it has resistance here at 1736. And then, it can go up to 1786. That's its yearly high. Let's see if it breaks it. Or maybe it reverses. It'd be a great short. So, should be volatile tomorrow. All right. TTMI, did it go there? Yep. And it had, 3.3 million shares traded. So it was liquid. Okay, so BCC. This thing is holding its highs, but there's no real volume. But I've been noticing stocks like this with no volume that nobody's really paid attention to, by 500,000 shares traded, they just tend to gap. They just tend to move. So they can be good swing trades. You get a few hundred shares and you just, hold it for a long-term swing. I'm not going to put it on my watch list, but, you may want to take a look at it. RCII is another stock. Rent-A-Center. I hate these kind of companies, man. They just prey on poor people, man. I hate them. I don't even want to trade this on principle. But, it's up. I love to short a stock like this. But it's up. And it's probably going to be worth shorting. Probably had some good numbers or something. That's what made it rip. So we'll put it on the watch list, RCII. Okay, and let's keep on ONTX. ONTX is, nope. IPI. This thing is holding its highs, but, it's very, very choppy. But it had this nice move into the close. It was 5 days ago. This stock was 162. You may want to swing it. I'm not going to put it on my watch list, but it does continue to move up. GoGo had a nice move from 10 to 12. And this is a stock. GoGo is a stock that when it has good news, it moves. Oh shit! I put the GoGo. All right. So yeah, and you can take a look to see where it's been over the last year. Yeah, it's high. It was $13. It's gapping up, it's getting close to that resistance point, but this has more to go. I mean, it can get up to about 1260. So we'll see what happens tomorrow. Should be volatile. CHK is another move. Yeah, this thing moves. When it moves, man. CHK is one of those stocks that they made so much hype about this fucking company's dog shit. It'll swing to like 8, then it'll go back down to 5. It always stays in that range, But when energy stocks moves, this moves. This moves a lot, and it trades a lot of volume, believe it or not. But it never gets too high. Like if you look at the yearly, just because I've been trading, see it gets too high. It never, look at that double top. It usually gets, if it runs, it'll rip to about $8, and then it comes down. So you see it gets to 8, comes down to about 5, goes back up to about 8, gets down to about 5. So what does that tell you guys? For a swing trade, once this goes back down to about 5, then you can start buying shares, to like look for the potential swing back up. All right, so it trades in that channel, but yeah, this is gonna be on the watch list tomorrow too. CHK. Okay, and let's keep going. RGLS, nope. GALE, nope. MSGN, nope. Even though it moved, I mean, this thing moved a lot pre-market. This would probably be a good short, but I'm not gonna put it on my watch list. TMST, yeah, TMST, nice move. This thing was $17. 5 days ago, it's up at $20.03. Let's see where it's been over the last year. Yeah, you know, it's forming this U-shaped pattern. Look at that. You know, it might break out. It might continue upward. You know, you probably see a little pullback at the market open, or a gap up and then a pullback and then a continuation on up. We'll see. You know, MACD looks good. Yeah. So let's see. We'll see. That definitely go on the watch list. GRM, yeah, it's been on my watch list a lot. It just keeps going and going and going. I'm gonna put this back on the watch list as well, only because it keeps moving. It doesn't trade a tremendous amount of volume, but it continues on up. So you know, these are the stocks, man. You can make money on. You know, nobody's paying attention to, but they continue to move. SRNA, nope. SBGL, yeah, SBGL. You know, was 920, and it gapped up to 960, and it just kind of pulled back a little, but it's holding its highs and it's still running. So we'll put that on the watch list. Well, there's a lot more stocks than I thought that was going to be on this watch list. MBI, there's another one, holding its highs. This went up. This was at $8. It got up to $8.50, collapsed all the way to $8.19, and now I had this nice rip. So, let's see what happens tomorrow. 4 million shares traded. It might be a good short. Maybe it pulls back tomorrow nicely at the open. Let's see, AXAS. It's roping, holding its highs, very choppy. I'm not gonna put on my watch list, but you can, look at it. PDK, nope. BDLP. I mean, it's moving. It's choppy. I'm not gonna put on my watch list, but you can put it on yours if you want. But it's moving. MEEC, nope. FRSH, I mean, this thing was $4 5 years ago. It's up $5.59. You may want to look at it. Remember, it's one of those stocks where it doesn't have a lot of volume. And again, like I keep telling you guys, stocks that have low volume that move tend to could just move and move and move. Nobody's paying attention to them, and they just keep gapping up. And this stock, no, dog shit. All right, so we have our plays for tomorrow. If we look at our stocks, we have about 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18 stocks. Let me just look at these after hours. I already have this, Cali, DFFN, YFE, CYCC, PDK. All right, yeah, so we're good. We have all our stocks for tomorrow, all right? Remember, but doesn't mean that I'm going to trade one of these. I may find something else at the open. Some news might come out in the morning. You just got to play, you just got to kind of look to see what's moving, And I've been buying more than shorting. I've been deviating, losing a lot of money, Lucian, for you. So just so I can, go long and pay attention to longs, just so I can help the group out, because I know everybody can't short. But sooner or later, I'm going back to just my short selling. It's a lot easier, a lot more money. All right, so with that said, folks, I hope you found this helpful. See you in the community.